And just like that, things are different again. So yesterday I mentioned that I felt like I was kind of in a hazy fog state. Woke up this morning, today was back to normal, right? But then I've been working with individuals, one who her whole life just turned quickly. You see, her mother recently passed away, and she's really struggling with that idea. And so what do you do when things change so quickly, right? I was talking with a few other people today who have recently lost their mothers in recent years, and how they processed and how they dealt with it. And they all said it was difficult, and that they went through periods of time where, looking back, they can't really even remember that time because they feel like they were in a haze. They were just going through the motions, just getting through it. One said it took a little over a year before she started to feel normal again. And another said several months, and then another family member died, and then another family member died. And so she never found whole healing until the next one passed and the next one passed. So there was a period of just numbing, just covering it up, just stuffing it down, because there was the next death to deal with, and then the next death. And so it took several years to get through that. And so I asked him, I said, well, what was it that kept you going during those moments? And, one said, well, she had her children at home, and so she was just working to take care of her kids. Another said, well, she had work, and so she kept going to work to get out of the home and get out of her head and focus on other people. And another just said, there's really nothing that she could do, and she just had to put one step in front of the other and take one breath at a time and just take it one day at a time. And so grief can happen suddenly. It can be very heavy to deal with. As we start to look at all of these things that we were used to, these things that we've grown accustomed to, these people that we've loved that are then no longer there, right? But it doesn't only happen with people, it also happens with places when you move. It could happen with jobs if you lose a job, or even if you leave a job for positive reasons, there's still a grief that happens. Anytime there's a transition, there's a change. And right now in the world, there's a lot of change happening. And so there's a lot of grief that's going on. People are losing hope. They're lost. They don't know what the vision is. And that might be you. And so if that's where you're at, that's what this channel is all about. So I'm grateful that we get to connect today, because I'm here to give you a little bit of hope to help you cope with today, to recognize that just like the leaves on this tree, they're changing. And change is a part of this life. Change happens. We can't stop change. Change is a constant. It's consistently happening all the time. But just like these leaves are changing color, they're going to fall off. They're going to die, fall off, but it doesn't mean it's the end. Next spring, they'll come back. There'll be different leaves, but there will be leaves on the tree again. And so we see this pattern in life. We see the seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. The same thing happens in our lives, and that's grief. Grief has a season. It has a pattern. And so grief isn't bad. It's not something that we should shun or run away from, but it's something that we can experience, and grief has its stages. And each stage is important. Each stage is necessary for the healing process. And so if you're in a state of grief right now, allow yourself to be with it. Allow yourself to be with yourself. Allow yourself to feel it, to breathe it, and to just be. If you're feeling like right now you don't want to do anything, you just need to go and cry, then go and cry. Allow yourself to cry. If you just need to go take a nap, go take a nap. Do what you need to in this moment, and then ask for help, and recognize that you're not alone. A support group, finding a support group is really important in the health process and in the healing process, because you can recognize that it is a pattern, that you're not alone in your grief, that this is something that humans, we experience. And so as you connect with others who are also grieving, you can share with one another what you're finding that's beneficial, what you're learning, how you're working through it, and then together you can support one another. So there's all sorts of bereavement groups. There's online bereavement groups that you can go and find and connect with. to help you see that you're not alone. That's an important part of the healing process, is to recognize that what you're feeling is normal. It's okay to validate your experience, and then to find the support, to find others who are also in the same boat, having the same experiences, so that you can feel like you're supported. You're not alone. You're not alone. You are a miracle and you have a purpose. You are here for a reason. Your life matters. You matter. And what you're going through right now in this moment, as difficult as it may be, it will pass. It may take some time, but it will pass. And the spring will come again. The new growth will be there. You'll make it through. I promise you that. I believe in you and I'm grateful for you. So if today's message was for you, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Remember, I'm here every single day. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.